In Math Today, we will be finding patterns in addition equations. So let's go over our DLO. We'll do some examples together. I'll show you what your work will look like and talk about the two different lessons that you'll be practicing today. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our DLO, our daily learning objective. I'll go first. Today I will use patterns to add numbers together. Now it's your turn. Today I will use patterns to add numbers together. In your book, on page 226, it has a good visual for you to look at, and it has a big graph here, and it shows you the different ways that you can add up to 5 using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on that graph, we're going to make a similar one in our lesson today. We'll do one for building 3 to find the pattern. Your homework today is building 4. Don't do it in your book because we'll do it again next quarter, so don't do it in your book. Do it on the worksheet that you have. But it's the same instructions because on the bottom it says follow the pattern, complete the pattern, how you started on the previous page, but the previous page are the 4 blocks and it says 4 plus 0 equals. So we'll review how you can find patterns when learning fluency for adding and subtracting, or just adding today because subtracting will be later today. But this is a good visual for how to build 5, and we'll do how to build 3, and then in your work today, you'll go on to 4. After we practice this, you'll do it in your work page, which is 6.7, and the page is hard to see on here, but this should say 227 at the bottom, but you'll see 6.7 at the top. And the second part you'll do today is 6.8. There are word problems at the bottom, so you need to listen carefully to the stories and draw your pictures, because when you draw your pictures up here, then you will be able to write your equations and fill them in. So that'll be your practice after we find our patterns. So we're going to be coloring in blocks and boxes today. Whenever sometimes we call these number houses or number families. Pretend these are windows, and this was a house, and I guess it would be like an apartment building. Ooh, that's a crazy roof. Here's my roof on top. So sometimes us teachers, we call them number houses, and we use the patterns in the houses with these windows to write our equations. So let's do one together. What I have is 2 different color markers because I want to show you, and I've got my cubes here also. You can follow along with me with your cubes. I've got red cubes and blue cubes. So I have my red marker and my blue marker. You can see that I've started a couple equations similar to how it looks on your worksheet, where they have a few filled in and some are blank. In our DLO, we talked about putting numbers together. So I want to review adding. Let me put that over here. I'll put my big plus sign here. I want you to say plus. Say adding. Say getting more. Good. When we put together, adding is putting together. I should have added that. Say adding, plus, put together. Good. I have my houses here. I have my house. I have my windows. On your work page, you too could draw a little house and a roof if you want, but it's just a visual so you can see where the patterns are coming from. When we want to find the sum, which is our answer, and we know it's all the same, there's many different ways you can get to a certain number when we write equations. So today, our sum will be 3 in this lesson. In your book, it will be 4. Everything you're adding today will equal 4. Everything that we'll practice right now will equal 3, but in your workbook it'll be 4. I went ahead and put pluses and equals in the little bubbles because I already know I'm putting together and adding is putting together. If I were you, I would go ahead and just put plus, 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 plus. That's what I did. We know that at the end of adding, we need to find the sum. So put equals, 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 equals. That's what I did. I have 3 boxes here. 1, 2, 3. I want to find the sum, which I know will be 3. So I'm going to use my markers to color in the blocks, and I'll use my cubes to show you also. The beginning of this equation, I'm starting with the highest number. So there's 3 blocks, and I have 3 right here. If I've got 3, my 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, I'll color in here. I'll just put like a swirly whirly. 1, 2, 3. I don't want that to look like a 6. 1, 2, 3. Plus, do I have any more boxes to fill in? If there's nothing, what number means nothing? 0. So I'll do 3 plus 0. Did I do this right? Hold on. I didn't do my equation right. I wrote 3. I have 3 blocks. Blocks that I filled in. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus, there's nowhere else I can fill in, so that would be 0, equals, I'll just do my sum in green so it's a different color. 3 plus 0 equals what? I can count it, 1, 2, 3, or I can put it in my head. Which number is greater, 3 or 0? 3. Put 3 in your head, put 0 in your hand, and let's count up. Ready? 3. There's nothing else to count, so our sum is 3. This is where we'll see the pattern. If I come down to the next one, 3. Show me 3 fingers. Pull down 1 finger. How many are left? 2. 1, 2. In my pattern, I'm going to count backwards in this column here. Columns go up and down. So 3, 2, and we'll do the next one in just a moment, but 3, 2. 2 plus 1, I already had 1. 1 was already there, so I'll color in that 1 with blue to show you. And then I figured out 2 because I took 3. I took 1 away, I had 2 left. 2. I have 2 blocks here to fill in, 2 and 2. Now I'll fill them in with my red. 1, 2. If I showed it with my cubes, I would have 2 red and 1 blue. So see how my cubes look similar to the blocks that I filled in. In my pattern, I have 3 red. Now I've got 2. Let's add it up. Adding is getting the total, the sum. Let's count them. How many did I fill in? 1, 2, 3. My sum is 3. Now let's do it the adding way. 2 plus 1. Let's use our head. Ready? What number is greater, 2 or 1? 2 is greater. Put 2 in your head, 1 in your hand. Let's count up. 2, 3. One more time. 2 in your head, 1 in your hand. Let's count up. 2, 3. The sum is 3. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Let's read that together. 2 plus 1 equals 3. If I have 3, 2, this was our last equation. Hold up 2 fingers. Pull 1 finger down. How many fingers do we have? 1. So I'll write 1 here. This is our pattern. If I count backwards, like I'm counting down for a rocket to blast off. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's draw the picture of what we have so far. 1. I didn't have anything here, but I went backwards. I counted down 2 to 1. How many blocks do I need red? 1. Oops. Plus, how many more? How many blocks can I fill in? 1, 2. Get my blue marker. We'll fill in 2 because we have 2 blank here. 1, 2. I need to fill in the rest of my equation. If I have 1 red, 2 blue, 1, 2, what number will I write here? 2, because 2 blue will be 2 in this equation here. Let's read our equation so far. 1 plus 2 equals, I need to find the sum. We could do a couple different ways. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Or sum could be is 3. Let's do it the math way. Let's add it in our head. Counting up. Which number is greater, 1 or 2? 2. Put 2 in your head, 1 in your hand. Let's count up. 2, 3. My sum is 3. Let's read our equation. 1 plus 2 equals 3. I can see a pattern with my visuals here where it's 3 and then 2 and then 1, and it goes down where it's starting to split in half now, where that half is red and now this half is going to be blue. I can see the pattern when it's all lined up here. I can count backwards. 3, 2, 1, 0. If I come down the column here, I could say 0, 1, 2. What comes next? 3. My first number is 0. How many cubes will I color red? 0, none, nothing. It tells me right there, don't color any red. So if none are red, how many will I color blue? How many boxes are empty? There's 3 boxes empty, so we will color all the boxes blue. 1, 2, 3. 0 plus, how many blue? 1, 2, 3. Equals, we could count them. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Sum is 3. We could do it the adding, counting forward way. Which number is greater? 0 or 3? 3 is greater. Put 3 in your head. Put 0 in your hand. Let's count up. 3. There's nothing to pull down, so I won't keep counting. 0 plus 3. I have 3 in my head, 0 in my hand. 3. And we said our equation was 3. Let's read this equation. Ready? 0 plus 3 equals 3. Now look at my pattern. My red is 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's look at the blue. 0, 1, 2, 3. If I have it lined up here, let's look at the number pattern. 3, 2, 1, 0. In the next column over, 0, 1, 2, 3. And the sums are all the same. This is called a number house because we can find all the different combinations to find the same sum. And typically a number house at the top has what the sum will be, 3. So if you have your worksheet and you want to draw a little house here with your helper, I would put 2 walls and a little roof on top here and add the number 4 because today you will be working on 4. Using the pattern that we use today, you'll color the blocks in your worksheet. In the book, it starts with 4. On the very top of your worksheet, you will start with the number 3. So let me write that in there real quick. I lost my pencils. Here they are. I want you to start with the number 3 for your pattern. You'll write 3, 2, 1, 0. But you've got 4 blocks here, so you're adding up to 4. Okay, now it's your turn.